right, March Madness. Woo! We got the Final Four I think everybody wanted. Chalk, 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 chalk. All four number ones in the tournament. Hey guys, Scott Matthews here with you. One and only Get the Edge Sports Podcast. March Madness got us all jacked up. We got the teams I guess the public wanted. The TV stations, the networks wanted. All number one seeds made it to the Final Four. Only the second time in the history of March Madness. All right, I'm joined by my two great co-hosts here with me each and every week. I'm going to get a smile out of this guy. It's the last thing I do. The CEO of TK Wins, my man, 30 years I've known him, Tommy the Hitman King. What's up, brother?
Man, I'm ready.
Smile.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Even clean shaven for you here for the thing. We're going to get Teddy to do it next, man. We're going to get Teddy to trim it up later like I did.
I think you guys should have some kind of, Sean Craig and, what's his name, Sean Perry and Mozzie, they're fighting. I think you guys should do something with, shave the goatee, get him to do something.
I told you, I was bringing the pillows in today. We were going to do battle, man. You met the guy over at the Hard Rock the other day.
The pillow fights.
It started going to set a little.
Didn't we have that guy on our show like a year ago?
Yeah, Steve. I saw him the other night at
Bare Knuckle?
At the Bare Knuckles. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this guy always gets me jacked up for each and every show. The CEO, the one and only, the GOAT himself, Teddy Brooks.
Oh, you're not gonna like me today, Scotty.
Oh,
I'm gonna be long-winded today. I got a lot of good, valuable baseball information for our new players.
All right, as long as it's valuable, we're good with
our
it.
guys that don't really know anything about betting baseball. We got to teach them.
We'll talk about that later on because, we got March Madness. That's the number one topic in the country. What you guys think? Chalk, chalk, chalk. We kind of, TK and I kind of called. I think you mentioned it would be chalky as well. All the number one seeds, they stood up above the rest, and they proved it by getting to the Final Four.
Yeah, very chalky. I think the two surprises for me were how bad Houston and Duke beat their opponents, Tennessee and Alabama. I mean, those were two blowouts that I was not expecting. What
happened to Tennessee in the first half? They show up, or they just came out in the second half?
To show up.
I think you could. I mean, we know what happened to Alabama. They couldn't make a shot. As far as what happened to Tennessee, I'm not really sure, but it wasn't pretty for them.
So no surprise to you, obviously.
No, like I said, the only surprise was that those games weren't closer. But no, this was the chalkiest tournament in the history of tournaments. First time since 2008, all number ones have been in the Final Four. Second time ever. 2008 was the first time.
What's your thoughts?
I love it because I got Duke to win it all, and I hope they take out Houston. That's going
to be Houston too.
That's going to be a tough game. We're battling in that one. You got Houston. I have
Duke. Houston winning it all.
What do we do? Do we edge this thing, or what?
I was thinking about hedging, but
you could edge it a little bit.
They're playing each other.
Well, you could still bet the other team.
In the futures.
Oh, I thought you said to win it all.
No, to win it all for the futures, you could do it.
Yeah,
you could lay a little action off on the other side just in case it goes down.
Right.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think it's what the networks wanted. It's definitely what the probably the college fans wanted, college basketball fans. I mean, when you get all chalk, I mean, usually it's crazy upsets. I mean, the only surprise I saw in this tournament, I mean, Arkansas won a couple of games, and St. John's going down the first round.
Early, second round.
Was it second round? Yeah, second round.
Yeah, I mean, that was surprising for everyone, but when you have Calipari at the helm, there shouldn't be a surprise in that case. But
Coach Cal, he's dynamite. He's done it with multiple teams. Same with Patino. I hope Patino gets Coach of the Year because I predicted that months ago.
Do you think his early? I
don't know. When did they cut it off?
I don't know. That was going to be my question.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when
they affect it.
He won 30 games this year with a team that probably wasn't expected to win 20 games.
Yeah.
So big props there for them. Yeah, we're down to the final four games, guys. Obviously, I don't know if you guys are going to give out any selections on any of this stuff. I'm going to give out one. It's going to be on a total, but you got Florida 2.5 playing against Auburn. I don't think Auburn's been an underdog all year long. So much Florida has probably been a favorite most of the. I think they were a dog a couple of times, probably against Auburn and probably with Alabama. I'm not sure with the Alabama game if they were a dog in that, but you got a 2.5, 159.5 on that total, and Houston and Duke. Duke 5.5. That's a big number. Went from 4.5 up to 5.5, staying at 5.5 total. 136.5. I know you guys are probably going to put these out as private plays or premier plays, but is there any lean you have outside of what you're looking at as the premier play on any of these four options?
So the way I do it with these big things like the Super Bowl, the Final Four, that's all free for me. Mm-hmm. Guys, if you want to come to my page, check me out. You're going to be paying me for my baseball, my hockey, But when it comes to this Final Four, I'm giving it for free. And I do have a couple moves. I'll get into it if you want me to.
I was just looking for anything you felt that was worthwhile to give up.
I love, and it's not just because I've been riding them all year and I have them to win it all, but I love Houston in this spot. Okay. Duke's a great team. They're blowing teams out. They have a huge point differential all tournament. But I think that Houston has the pieces in play to get the job done here. They have 3 guards that really know how to score without passing. They know how to score with the ball.
All right.
And that's going to be important because these are 2 very good defensive teams, and they slow down the pace. They're both going to slow down the pace, which could affect the total. I'm curious to hear what your total is. But, yeah, I love Houston in this matchup. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you got Cooper Flagg who can do it all. But the next scorers for Duke, they need a lot of movement, and Houston stops that movement.
All right. What about? I know you and I are.
I'm buying it to 6, by the way.
I'm gonna probably ride with Duke. I mean, I probably won't even bet the game. I'm just gonna sit right out Duke. You're just talking about that. Duke's been favored in their last 10 games. Houston's been favored in their last 10 games. They covered.
No, Duke got to be favored more than the last 10.
No, the 10 last. I'm just looking at the last 10 on the screen.
Gotcha.
Their last 10 games, they're 3, 4, 5.
I don't think Duke's been a dog this year.
7 and 7-3 against the spread, and you got the Houston favored last 10 games.
Well, look at these 2 teams, 32-0 combined over the last 32 games, 17 in a row for Houston, 15 in a row for Duke. Can't go into a matchup any harder than that. Yeah. But I think that this Houston team has not seen a team like Duke. This is a world-class college basketball team right now, probably the best team in the nation, 35-3 for the year, even though Houston's 34-4. I don't think they've seen a team like Duke before, and I don't think they're going to see a team like Duke after, because I'm looking for Duke to get by in this game. I'm not sure exactly on the point spread, but I see Duke moving on. I think they're the king of the hill this year in college basketball. I'd be curious to see who wins that Florida-Auburn game. I do have a play on that total. I think the Florida-Auburn game is going to be a shootout. I think both these teams are going to play. They're going to open it up. So I wouldn't mind bringing that game down to 158 and going over. That's the only lean play I have. And again, a lean play for me, guys, just so you know, if you're a $100 player, you could be all the way up the scale to 500, 1,000, 5,000, doesn't matter. I would play like $40, $50. So it's a half of a normal size play.
40 to 50%.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add with that Houston game that really makes me like Houston, at least to cover the spread. I don't know.
Because I like Duke, that's why.
Well, this Houston coach, he's already been to 2 Final Fours.
Yep.
The Duke coach, I mean, listen, the Duke coach is younger than me. He's not as experienced. Not that he's a bad coach at all. He hasn't been there yet. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, but he's got the team. Look at the team.
He does have the team. He does have the team.
And they're not. Listen, if that was the case, they might have not got to where they got. And they've been getting to where they're getting and winning pretty handily. They should have blown Arizona out. They blew an 18-point lead there.
Hey, guys, real quick, I have some really interesting trends. I'm not using them, but I just wanted to throw these out there. In Final Four and championship games, teams that are favored by less than 10 points in the previous game and are now favorites in the current game are 35-5 and 27-14 against the spread. That would favor Florida. And favorites of 130 or more who won their last game by more than 10 points are 20-0 straight up, 14-6 against the spread. That would favor Duke.
Yeah, I think Duke played Houston last year in the March Madness.
They did. I think they played in the Elite Eight.
And Duke was favored by 4. Similar situation. They beat them by 23.
Yeah. Well, that was last year. I can't compare last year to this year.
I can't either because Duke's even better this year.
That's what I'm saying.
They're even better.
They got a better skilled team this year than they had last year. All right, so that's basically it on the Final Four. It should be damn exciting. Championship game will be on Monday, April the 7th, so that should be exciting. Well, I'm dying to see who's going to get in that game. The fans love it, like I said, because it's the number 1 seed, so it gives them something. You got the best teams playing for the title. Can't get any better than that, right?
It's going to be 2 really good games. I'm excited for Saturday just to chill out and watch these 2. I'm not going to be making big bets on any of these plays. I'm going to be making my big bets, like I said, on baseball and hockey. But they're still going to be what I'm watching for sure.
Right. What about the NIT tomorrow? That's your game right there.
Well, I'll worry about that. Yeah, I'm going to have a big promo going on that. I got that game tomorrow night locked and loaded. UC Irvine and Chattanooga. Yep, I'm going to that big time play, and I'll talk about that before we go off the air. Speaking of what Teddy said about some baseball, I want to get into some baseball with you guys. Obviously, we got 2 undefeated teams going on right now, playing in the same division head to head. San Diego 6-0, boom, starting off the season, and how about the LA Dodgers 7-0? And L.A. Dodgers had a total on them before the season, unbelievably high, 103 in win totals.
Yeah, you were surprised. I remember TK thought it was going to be over 100.
I thought it'd be about 98.
You thought it was going to be in the mid 90s, and
98,
it was
99.
The Dodgers, man.
Best
Ooh.
record they've started with. I saw the best record 7-0.
Yeah. So I mean, you got some teams, and you got some teams that haven't been playing. Yankees lost their first game yesterday. I heard something about that torpedo bat. Is something they're going to ban it? Did you hear that news? Something with the torpedo?
I think that was an April Fool's joke.
I think that was an April Fool's. Yeah,
I thought I saw something today.
But I do know more people are going to be using it now.
Well, of course, yeah.
I think it's it's a secret that got out.
Like the secret sauce.
The NHL even pulled out a torpedo stick I saw
Really?
yesterday on April Fool's Day. There's a big old bracket on there.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? Any edge I guess you can have, as long as it's in the rule book, is a good edge to have.
Hey, you want my opinion?
Sure.
Let the pitchers use the sticky stuff on their fingers and the ball. Let the hitters use torpedo bats.
Boy.
And let them all take steroids, because you know what? If they're all allowed to do it, who cares? We want to see the best baseball possible.
But
so
you still got to hit the ball. That's the thing.
Right.
The guy's coming at you 100 miles
That's
an hour.
what I'm
You still gotta
saying.
swing and
That's
hit it.
what people don't understand. It's still extremely hard. It's not like you can take some average Joe off the streets, give him a special bat and some steroids, and all of a sudden he's going to be a Major League Baseball player. These guys are very good at what they do.
But you don't want to cheat. You don't want to cheat
But
the
it's
game.
not cheating if everyone's doing it.
Yeah, but it is cheating because the rules are you're not supposed to do it.
They changed the rules. They're not cheating anymore.
Yeah, well, now you're going to get the Major League Baseball to go along with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of new rules, you see the new NFL rules coming up? They voted on the owners. The overtime rule.
No, I have not seen
Yeah, man,
that.
some new stuff going to be in overtime. They're going to let both teams get the ball in overtime.
Yeah.
And if it's a close first down, it's going to be the digital.
Digital. I did
Yeah.
hear that. What about the tush push? I heard they're still debating whether to keep or ban the tush.
Leave
about
it.
that.
Come on.
I
You're
think
worried
they should
about
leave it.
baseball. Leave the tush.
Oh, I think they should leave it. No, I agree. I think they should leave it.
Can you
100%.
imagine if you had a couple of hot girls behind you and they're pushing you forward? You
Well,
wouldn't want to ban the push tush. Come
Yeah.
on. No,
I think you'd rather be pushing them than them pushing you. But
There you
get the
go.
point.
There you go. Well, listen, we're still on this baseball. Anything you guys looking at tonight? We got a full slate of games in baseball today. Not the most exciting matchups in the world, but any surprises? I mean, the White Sox won 2 out of the first 5 after going 0-23 last year, so I guess that might be.
Yeah, I had them as a dog in one of those games.
Marlins, man. Marlins playing the
4-2.
to start.
I
They
mean,
beat
it's way
Pittsburgh.
too
They beat the
early.
Mets.
Way too early to determine how
They'll
good
probably
teams are doing.
2-1
I would say
underdog, 2-1 underdogs.
I think the Braves being 0-6 in my mind.
I was
is
about
a
to
shock.
say
But
that's
look
my
who they're playing.
That's my biggest surprise. The Braves, they're playing good teams right now. They played the Padres, and then now they're playing the Dodgers. I understand that.
Well, Minnesota too. They're 1-4. They're a decent team too. Minnesota.
They were favored in every game this year. First 5 games, Minnesota. They lost the first 4 as small. They played St. Louis, and then last night they were big favorite.
They're in a rain. They're in a rain delay right
rain
now.
delay.
Yeah, they were like a 180, 190 favorite against the White Sox today. A Lopez against Burke. But,
Yeah. Hey, if anyone's watching this live, I kind of like a little first 5 innings minus a half a run on that play.
Minnesota.
I like Lopez. He had a good year last year.
Anything you're looking at in baseball today?
I'm looking. I got
free
a
play or something.
I got a free play going at 4:10 Eastern, man. San Fran and Houston. San Fran's been playing great baseball, but
yeah.
today they got Valdez on the mound for Houston. He's a great starter at home. He's 6-1 his last 7 starts at home. He's 4-0 his last 4 as a favorite of 150 or more. I'm going to jump on Houston minus 160. I don't like giving out stuff that high, but he's on the mound today. I'm going to take care of him with Valdez in Houston here about 4:10 Eastern.
See, that's a game. I don't know how you look at stuff, Teddy, but I like teams that start out hot. And San Francisco's been playing really well 4 out of their first 5, and they won last night. They beat them. I beat them the last 2 nights. So this is is this the 3rd game? Is this the final game of the series?
Final game of the series.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna jump on Houston, to be honest with you. I know T likes that play, but I like the hot teams. I like to follow the hot teams. I've used San Fran the last 2 games and won both of them. So, I'm going to stay away from it just for the simple fact that maybe right now San Fran's in that gauge and Houston isn't. And even though they got their ace on there that could stop San Francisco, but I'm not gonna lay 160, 170 on a game like that. I think there's not enough value for me.
Well, it's all about what you think the chances
And you're
are.
going to talk some numbers about baseball, so I'm trying to pick your brain
so,
and see if that's
so. I'll get into that really quick, just on the numbers, just on the money line.
He jumped right in on me.
A lot of people are used to betting, and me and TK were talking about this yesterday. Used to betting football, used to betting basketball, used to betting point spreads. And if they are betting the money line, they're these huge inflated money lines that they have to parlay to make worth it. Baseball, on the other hand, is a money line sport. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. I have a player that never bet baseball, gave him a baseball play, minus 140. He was like shocked, like, whoa, 140, that's a lot. I said, hey, buddy, for baseball, that's not a lot. It's all about implied odds. So minus 140 means that there's a 58% chance that they hit. You want to see that your number shows better than that. So if you think they have a 65% chance of winning based on your numbers, 65 minus 58 is 7. That's a 7% differential. That's the type of thing you want to go with. If you're betting minus 140s and you're hitting 65%, you're going to make money.
Well, what makes it that? I mean, is that something you're talking about?
It has to be your.
They can't figure that out. That's something you're figuring out.
It has to be something I'm figuring out, something another professional that you're working with is figuring out, or you can try to figure it out yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. You can try to figure it out yourself.
So are you recommending parlaying baseball? Or
No. I mean,
straight betting you're talking.
If I have two minus 200s that I really like, I might throw those in a parlay, but I'm not parlaying minus 140, 150, 160. No.
Okay.
But yeah, if you're hitting minus 140s at 65%, you're making about $160 for every $1,000 you bet.
All right. And now you feel that's a good system throughout the year. It'll be consistent.
I feel like if you're going to bet baseball, you need to figure out how to bet money lines and be profitable.
If you're betting baseball, you're laying the 140 to win 100, or you're betting 100 to win the 70 or whatever.
I'm laying the 140 to win 100.
See, a lot of guys don't understand that out there too, because they look on the app on there, it says mine went 140, they bet 100 to win like 70
like a lot
bucks.
good point. A lot of guys like I deal with, I'll tell them to put 100 to win. They don't realize what the hell the win means. They'll put 100 and they're only getting back like $82.
Right.
Instead of winning 100.
And here's the thing.
Laying the odds.
Here's the thing that people don't know. When people bet, a lot of people really they're so, I don't want to use the word stupid, but they are so new to this.
Talk to them.
If they bet $100 to win 82,
right,
they actually think that they're losing $18.
Right.
Have you guys ever run into that?
Yeah.
They actually think that they're losing. They think they're going to bet
They think they're
100.
only getting,
Guys,
80. Right.
if it shows 100 to win 82, that means when you bet 100, you're going to get 182 back, not just 82. There's no bet out there where you lose money if you win. It does not exist. A lot of I would say 30% of people actually think that you can lose money with a winning bet.
I've had that come up.
See, a lot of apps are like this, though. They don't tell you. It says minus 350, but it's not telling you what you got to play. So most guys are just throwing that 100 in there. Then 350, they're winning like $30, so they don't really know what's going on.
So the old school apps, they let you toggle between risk amount and to win
like
amount.
DraftKings and them.
Yeah, just a little education here, guys, on the Get the Edge show. Just when you're betting these games, when you win, you're never going to lose money on a straight bet. You're not going to, unless you're betting parlays and you win one and lose one. Yeah, the parlay's going down. But on a straight bet, it's all profit. So if you see 100 and you're getting back 82, you're getting back 182, like Teddy said, not 82. You're not losing $18 and winning the game.
Very, very important for people to know.
All right. Anything you're doing in baseball tonight? Did you make a pick on a game?
I have a pick right now that's losing. So
right.
I went with an early game. I went with the
Me
Reds.
too.
You're right. There's no.
Me too.
You want the Reds also?
No, I had the over in that game. It was looking great, isn't
that's
it?
not looking too good either.
It was just a lean. It was a lean play, though. That's all it was, Teddy.
We were just talking about this too. DraftKings and stuff. That college basketball tournament. DraftKings, FanDuel, you can't even bet it there. I'm just looking for it. We were talking about that earlier. The Butler games.
Yeah,
and
I told you
they're
that.
not even on here.
Yeah, a lot of these books aren't allowing the crown tournament.
I wonder why that is.
Who knows? It's all being played in Vegas. Who
That's
knows
actually
what...
one of my picks is going to be the crown tournament. One thing that I'm noticing is that it's a lot like, and I'll get into it when I give my pick, but it's a lot like the bowl games where like a lot of the players aren't playing in it, so maybe that's why they're taking it off.
Could be. There was a game the other night, Georgetown and Washington State. The line opened up like 3.5 Georgetown. It went down to 2.5 Georgetown. I chased it early. I got it up to plus 4.5 with Washington State. Liked Washington State. By the end of the day, just before game time, the last hour or so, the line went Washington State minus 2.5. That line jumped 6 points.
Wow.
Throughout the day on that game. But if you didn't catch it the right way, you didn't get paid. But I got paid because I watched it early and I grabbed it early on that one. Baseball tonight, Arizona and Yankees. Yankees last night got off to a lead, and Arizona came back and ended up getting the job done. Anything you guys like that game
I
at all?
actually like the Yankees in that game. I think they close it out there. I think that's the last game of the series. I could be wrong on
They're
that.
small favorites, 140.
Yeah, I don't see it. And that line moved, and you got public money right now on Arizona because Zach Gallen's pitching most likely. Two really good pitchers.
Zach Gallen against Rodon.
Rodon, yeah.
Rodon,
so
excuse
yeah, I think with
Still trying to get Bob yet.
I think the I think the Yankees bounce back here.
All right, excellent. I don't know if you. I'm jumping around, guys, because we got a lot on our mind. I'm gonna jump into the NBA. Did you see the games last night? I mean, unbelievable. Steph Curry scores 52. He's not getting old, man. He's getting good. He's getting sharper. He scores 52 to rally for Golden State. And how about the Joker? The Joker scores 61 points. A triple-double, 61 points. That must have been the highest triple-double in the history.
And they still lost.
And they lost, yeah, in double
I had the
overtime.
dog in that one. He squeaked it out there in the end of double overtime.
That's what I'm saying with the NBA, man. It's tough. And we put out yesterday Minnesota as a dog in that game, 3.5. We thought they'd have a shot in that game because they match up really well against a team like Denver for some reason. So it worked out real well that we got the job done. But, man, if you would have told me before the game he's scoring 61.
And they're losing.
And they had 2 players suspended, Minnesota. 2 players suspended yesterday.
Oh, because of the fight the other
night. They didn't start in the game yesterday, and they still covered the 3.5.
Yeah,
look at the spreads tonight. We were talking about this earlier. There ain't a game under, there's one game under 10 favored in the NBA tonight.
Yeah, that's Atlanta and Dallas.
Yeah, we were talking about that in hockey last night. It was all like
big
minus
favorites.
160, 70, 80, 200, 300.
What's your thoughts in the NBA, guys? I got one play I'm leaning towards, even though they played last night. I hate back-to-backs in the NBA because it's about as brutal as it gets. But I just don't like this Dallas team. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They got a 20-17 overall record at home, which is like 50-50 at best, 53%, which is nothing. I mean, they're beatable on their home floor. Atlanta is no world beater. They're 17-20 on the road, which is a little under 50%, which is better than a team at home. It's 20-17 numbers-wise. They're 5-5 in their last 10, but they played a back-to-back. They got beat by Portland last night, who I actually gave out as a free play yesterday on the live show that TK and I did. Put out a play on Portland +6, and they won outright easily. I like Atlanta. I'm going to buy it up to 5.5. I'm going to adjust this line 5.5. I think they stay in this game somehow. Claw, whether they win it or not, I could care less. At the end of the day, I'm looking to cash a ticket. So I'm going to take Atlanta, even though it's a back-to-back for them. But I just don't like the way Dallas is playing. And that line is kind of soft for a game like that because Dallas at home, kind of same type of records. And they're only 4.5 on a back-to-back. So I'm going to take Atlanta. I think they stay in the game.
Yeah, I don't have a pick on that.
Anything you're looking at?
I'm just looking at the NBA tonight. You got Miami Heat going against Boston. Boston's minus 10 and 211. And Miami Heat's coming in red hot. I think they won 5 straight in this game. I'll probably jump on Boston on this one. There's some reason they're favored by double digits tonight. They should take care of business tonight, win this game by 15, 20 plus. I mean,
you just hate the Heat.
I
Come on.
hate the Heat. I hate the Heat, but there's something going on with this line to come in. Teams won 5 straight and they're playing red
Have
hot.
you ever gave out the Heat as a pick?
I'll never give out the Heat as a pick.
Right. That's what
The only Florida team I'd probably give out as a pick would be the Panthers.
Well, of course, you play the over on every game.
Yep,
and I got
pretty much.
something for you tonight, so hold on. Hold your horses on that one. The Celtics are playing great right now, 9 in a row. Their home record, though, is kind of shitty, 24-12. 66%. I mean, they're beatable for some reason. I don't know if they get jacked up maybe for certain teams on their home court. But Miami has won 5 straight games in a row. Got a losing record on the road, 15-22 on the road. I don't know. What do you think of this one? I'm leaning towards Boston, to be honest with you, because I just think they're poised right now, and they're playing they're just playing the right basketball at the right time of the year for that playoff run, defending champs. Everyone seems to forget Boston is the defending champs because of the season OKC has had and Cleveland's had. But the way to the title might be through Boston.
Through Boston. They're defending champs, and they're they're in the East. And it's not as weak as it used to be. But
You like
still
anything
weak.
on that game?
I don't have
Eddie
a pick.
just loves talking about NBA,
I
man.
don't-
He's
I don't-
speechless,
Yeah.
or he can't
He-
even.
No, he
he
likes
loves it so
LeBron.
much he can't even
LeBron
talk
James.
about it.
LeBron James.
Here's the thing. Scotty
That's
asks
his
me
guy.
every week, "Do you like anything in the NBA?" It's not happening. You're not getting it out of me. I don't pick
No?
NBA. I gave one NBA pick on our Instagram Live and it lost. I'm done.
What if someone offered you a lot of money for your selection on an NBA? Would you do it?
Hey guys, listen to this. I'm so honest.
Yeah.
I would not take someone's money to give them NBA because I don't feel that I have an edge.
There you
And
go.
if I don't have an edge, I'm not selling that
The edge.
that sport.
You need the edge.
How
Yeah.
about a little women's NCAA basketball?
You're joking.
I'm just asking. He doesn't
I'm
like the
moving
NBA. Is he going to watch the women's NCAA basketball?
No,
He got some great teams
How
in
about
there.
UConn?
UConn.
They didn't cover the other
Pa-
night. 15
Paige,
and a half.
now I will say
she's having
Paige
an unreal.
Buchers is having a great tournament.
Yeah,
she's
she's fucking, dynamite.
You're not going to
Excuse
drive
me.
up to Tampa? Watch
Sorry,
the Final
guys. I had to
Four?
let it out. Yeah, she's dynamite.
she's impressive. No, she's impressive.
You think UConn's going to win it this year? I don't know, man. You got some tough teams
South
left.
Carolina.
Does Gino still coach them, or did he
Yeah.
retire?
Oh,
He
yeah.
still coaches
No,
them.
man.
Hey, you never with him at the control. You never
He'll
know.
be a UConn South Carolina final. It's
I
down
think
the street.
I think Ben fell off his seat over there when I said that word. It got a little nervous. You all right, Ben?
I have to. I'm just waiting with my hockey.
Sometimes I get jacked up.
Let
Ben.
me know when you're ready for me.
We're going to go into hockeys right now. I mean, I'm just moving along. We got not a great slate of games tonight. I was shocked here on this one. Washington, second best team in the NHL this year.
Oh, yeah.
Playing against Carolina. What? 2-15 Carolina with a backup goalie against their number one goalie, Washington, with Thompson, who's 31-5 and 8 this year. Unbelievable. How do you make that? Well, they played last night in Boston, so maybe they, back to back in the NHL is probably brutal.
Back to back, traveling back to back.
Not a long trip though. From
Depends on who their main goalie's in. The Washington's main goalie's in. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know about that side, Scotty, but TK asked me yesterday about my Ovechkin props.
There's one on the
And,
game tonight to score a
think he's
goal,
gonna-
plus
you-
125.
You think he's going to break the record by the end of this year? They're saying April 10th or 12th.
I think he
against
can.
the Islanders.
I think he can. Here, let me give you guys a couple numbers. So I didn't look at Ovechkin yesterday when TK asked me, but I decided to look today.
Did he score yesterday?
I don't know.
have to
In
look it
91 games against the Hurricanes, he scored 51 times, but it gets better. Against Freddie Anderson, who's one of their goalies, he scored in 9 out of 12 games against them. And against
he's not in tonight.
Pyotr Kochetov, that's the backup goalie. He scored 4 goals in 5 games against Pyotr Kochetkov. I don't know how to say that name, but that's their backup goalie, and he scored 4 goals.
Actually, Anderson's in net tonight.
Okay.
He scored a goal yesterday.
So again, there you go.
checking.
So against Anderson, he scored 9 goals in 12 games. I like his chances.
Anderson's their backup this year. 12-5 record against Thompson. Like I said, the guy's been phenomenal. 31-5-6 with a 2.43. So I don't know why that line is so high, though. It's got to be because of
Something's
the
going on.
back-to-back. I don't see anybody really out either. From last night to today for Washington.
Objection tonight with plus 125 to score a goal, 7-1 to score
But
the first goal.
I got something T's going to like.
I'm waiting for
and
this.
hopefully he stays the hell off it so I can win
I'm jumping
it.
on it tonight, too.
I think you should stay the hell off this one. Let me win this one. I'm going to play the over on the 5.5 goals in the Florida Panthers-Toronto game. I think the Panthers are going to come out pissed off, blowing that game last night. 9 seconds left. They let them tie it, and then they lose it right away in overtime. So I think they're going to come out all juiced up. I see Toronto, who's been playing extremely well, jacked up for this game. I could see a high-scoring game here. I'll go over the 5.5 goals as a small lean, guys. Just a small lean on this total, 5.5 over total goals. Boom. Let's get it.
So you want me to stay off it or take the under?
Listen, if you like it enough, tell me. Talk to me.
7:30 game tonight. I have to go watch that one tonight.
You like it?
I'd like the over. I'm not. I don't know.
I think you
I
like
don't
the over
I don't
anyways.
like when I play the over. I like playing the over when they're at home. I played them last night over. They're 1-1 into the first period. Come back from the bar. I was at the bar. Got to the bar. It was 1-1.
Yeah, he was jacked up last night. This guy was blowing me up on message. He was all jacked
I was
up.
fired up.
He was ready. I don't know what they put in that drink last night, but he was jacked up and
only
ready
had a
to
beer
rumble.
last night, too.
My phone
Oh.
had smoke on it when he was dying.
I text Eddie too.
I know why he was jacked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, jacked up. Jacked up. Yeah, there we go. All right, anything in hockey you like tonight?
Yeah, so on top of liking that Ovechkin prop again, I would ride them out. I would ride those props. You notice the numbers are getting smaller and smaller. They're 125. That's not a huge value number right there.
They're
That's
playing back-to-back nights, too.
They got seven games left in the regular season, and he needs to score 4 to tie and 5 to break, I believe. Correct? I don't know. Is he going to do it? You think he can get it done?
He might score one here
4
tonight.
goals in 7 games?
I think he could.
If Teddy says they're scoring tonight, I'm going to take it.
Especially if he could pop in 2 in one game.
Well,
so
that's true.
I'm looking at this Kraken versus Canucks, and I was corrected by a Canadian person. I think I'm saying it wrong. I think it might be Canucks.
I think it's the Canucks. I don't
think
know.
I think they say
they could call it different.
I think they call it the Canucks, the Canadians, because I got made.
How about someone tell us that? Can they send you a DM and tell you how to say it properly? But you can't because they're going to type it,
Anyway,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But yeah, you should definitely ask your audience some questions. We got 12 people in here right now.
so I like the Canucks.
Oh, you could see the comments?
The Canucks and the Kraken have played each other 3 times already this year. The total has flown over all 4 times, and in the last 14 meetings with these two teams, the total has gone over 6 every single time.
Okay.
On top of that, Vancouver themselves, in their last 11 games, 9 of them have gone over. I'm going over 5.5 on this one.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds like you did your homework. Hey, guys, if you have any questions, feel free. We can catch the comments below. Be glad to answer anything that's on your mind or suggestions for the show. Whatever you think can improve everything. We're all about doing the right thing here. So shoot some comments. We can catch them right now. And anyways, is that it for hockey?
That's all I got. There's only 4 games on tonight.
4.
All right, we're going to talk about. Let's go into this tournament tonight. I know a lot of guys can get the play in. FanDuel hasn't been able to put these lines up. Some books have them, some books don't. I know you mentioned something tonight. You got 2 games in the CBC tournament in Las Vegas. They're moving it down, I guess, to the final few games to see who's going to win that small tournament. Butler and Boise State. I'm showing currently 7.5 on that, 154.5. I don't know if you guys have a play on that. On Nebraska, minus 8.5, playing against Georgetown Hoyas. And the total on that, I didn't have it. 153.5. You guys like anything there, Teddy?
Yeah, I do. I like Nebraska. This is actually my free play on my Instagram. I like Nebraska in this one. I took them on Monday. And the main reason I took them on Monday was because they just have they're looking like they want to win this tournament. Like they're only missing one guy. All their starters are playing, and they're loaded up, ready to go. So that's why I took them on Monday, and it's a very similar situation here. Georgetown is going to be severely shorthanded. They only have one of their top 5 scorers from this season playing in this tournament. That's a big problem. Now, their numbers are very similar. Nebraska's biggest weakness is their rebounding, but get this. Georgetown's top 3 rebounders aren't playing in this game. So it cancels out the fact that Nebraska's issue with rebounding. So
I don't think they played in the last game either because, like I said, that line changed 6 points.
Yeah.
But they won. They scored a lot of points and they ended up winning.
They did. But I'm going with Nebraska minus 7.5 on this one.
You buying it down?
Yeah, well, it opened at 7. It's at 8.5 now, I believe, right? Yeah, I'm moving it. I'm moving it at least to 8. But
all right, anything you like?
I gave it out early to my players, man, but I'm looking on the Hard Rock app. You can't bet it. Nowhere's betting it.
I'm getting nervous, man.
Vegas.
Getting
I'm
nervous.
drop the phone over. You got me excited over here. I'm going to start kicking you like Teddy over here.
I'm already bruised. Leave me alone with Teddy.
Wait till you guys see me at SBC. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish.
Hey, did you see he's going to be performing SBC at the Hard Rock that night?
No.
By the way? Steve Aoki. He's going to be
no
at the
way. Wow.
So we got
Scott's going to have an aneurysm here. Let's get that game.
All right. Well, we're talking about
this
that.
guy loves jumping on me. I don't know. We're talking about a game, and he's talking about Steve Aoki. Who's
SBC?
Steve Aoki, by the way?
You know who he is. We've seen him in Vegas over at the.
He's the guy that throws the cake. He throws the cake.
Where did we go? We saw him in Vegas. We saw him at Caesars.
No,
man.
he's a DJ.
DJ.
Oh, DJ. Okay.
And he's the owner of Benihana's son.
There we go.
I like Butler plus 8.5 tonight against Boise State. I gave it out earlier to my players, but a lot of guys are texting me and emailing me say they can't get it in. So
I think
Boise. I
think Boise's the class of this tournament. I got to be honest with you. I really do. I mean, I thought they'd win easy the last game we talked about on the live show. You and I do. And they won by 30. Not even a contest. I think they're the stronger of these teams. But,
Eddie, I'm going to come sit over by you. He's going against us on everything. I'm going to just come sit over by you, man.
Everything.
no, I just think Boise's the stronger of the teams. That's just my personal read into these games. And
But are they 9 points stronger?
well, they're 7.5. I'd probably bring it down to 6.5, and I think it's just a lean play. I'm not going serious. He might have more on it than I do, but I'm just putting a lean out on Boise. I think they'll get Butler's. Don't forget they probably play in a stronger conference, but I can't really say they do or they don't because the Boise plays in a real good conference as well. Butler had a 15-19 season. I mean, losing season against a team that won 25 games in Boise. So I think Boise's the class of this region. And I like Boise in that game.
I'd love to be a tiebreaker for you guys, but I got nothing on that game for you. So
no, all right, we're good there.
Yeah, my top stuff's going into baseball today, and they're all going early. So I'll be in bed early time, man. All my games are playing during the
there
day,
you go.
man. Yeah, nice
Yeah,
laid-back day.
I don't know. I didn't like the baseball schedule today, to be
You didn't
honest
like this
with you.
Detroit-Seattle matchup today? Scuba against Castillo? That's a great matchup here today.
I'm looking at my phone, and I see Mr. Skeens is throwing a shutout through 6 so far against Tampa Bay. I guess that's why they made them a 120 favorite as a 1-5 team against the. That's a perfect example, Teddy. I don't know if the way I look at things. You got a 1-5 team who's not playing well. Are you going to chase after them to think that they're going to start up? You're going to watch them for a little bit against a team like Tampa that starts out 4-1. This is the type of game. I mean, you say to yourself, am I going to run with the team that's playing well at this point, which is 4-1 Tampa, or am I going to jump on Pittsburgh, who's 1-5, and chase them because they got Skeens on the mound today? That's a game I probably would stay away from just to see what happens there. I wouldn't just be banging Pittsburgh, even though they may win this game, just to chase after them 1-5 start.
Yeah, I agree. I would look at a game like that and I would say, well, if you think sometimes you think one team is the move, but then you say, you know what, this team might be the move, but I'm not going to bet against this pitcher, so I'm going to stay away from this game.
Okay.
So I think that's what your
Same
thought
logic.
process in that.
I mean, I'm not going to chase after a team that's playing bad. Obviously they got their main guy in pitching's probably 75 to 80% of it at the end of the day. But, I'm not going to chase a bad number just because, they're 1-5 and they're 120 favorite against Tampa.
Yeah, you're only 5 games in the season, man. A lot can change, too. They can win 10 straight in a row, some of these teams.
All right. I think we touched base on all the major sports. Anything else you guys want to bring up? We got the big UFC coming down here in a week on April 12th. That's going to be down here in Miami. It's going to be some real good matches coming up with the UFC. We'll try to have a good guest on next week. We were going to have Troy West on with us this week, but he couldn't make it today. He had some situation came up, so he wouldn't be able to be in a position to go live with us today, but he's looking to come in. I'm trying to get Matty Betts, who specializes in the UFC, to come on, but he says he might be traveling. So anything, I know we're not the biggest of UFC guys, but are you guys going to that fights at all?
The one in Miami?
Yeah.
I'll probably try to head down there.
He's always heading somewhere, right?
That's right down
I
the
think he
street.
don't like hanging out.
Hey,
He's always going somewhere.
I invited him to golf on Friday, and he's got preoccupation.
I'd be out there playing Deer Creek, I think you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing, Deer Creek.
No golf picks this week out at the Valero?
I actually do have a golf pick this week.
Scott loves these NASCAR and golf stuff.
I know.
I'm going to throw one in NASCAR after
There we
we're done.
go.
I got to ask the audience: are you guys into betting on? You guys got to answer this one because I'm not a big fan of this stuff. NASCAR, betting on drivers or golfers.
People are betting.
If you guys are into
a lot
that,
of people
let us
bet
know.
golfers.
I'm just curious.
Here's the thing: every golfer is a gambler, and golfers love betting on sports. So if they're a sports bettor who likes to golf, they're going to be betting on golf. I'll make it short, sweet, simple.
Okay.
I have 4 trends for this golf tournament. 9 out of the last 12 events played the week before the Masters were won by a player who was not in the Masters field. Very interesting one right there. Number 2 trend, of the last 13 winners of the Valero, 6 were winning a PGA Tour event for the first time. So a lot of first-time winners in this tournament. Each of the last 11 winners of this tournament has played in this tournament before, and 10 of the last 11 have made the cut. So don't bet a player that hasn't played in this tournament yet. And
You're going to keep up with this?
I'm going to keep up, but I'm waiting for the
just
live
check.
picks. Live picks are next, man.
Come on,
I'm playing
Teddy.
down here in Miami.
You got me
this
all
week.
suspensed
And
up here.
since they started playing this tournament at this course, the third round leader has gone on to win 9 out of 14 times. That being said, I'm going with Daniel Berger, 35 to 1.
Daniel
35
Berger,
to 1.
35.
Daniel Berger.
Teddy's looking to take down the book, the
Yeah.
whole book, and
Daniel, I mean, that's what you got to do with their long shots.
that's it. Just one pick.
Just one pick. Daniel Berger, 35 to 1. I'm going to have more
Yeah.
for my private players. I'm going to be releasing a little.
Nothing on the lib, man. They're playing down here in Florida.
I don't want to talk about that. I couldn't.
I thought you were talking about that.
No, I'm talking about the Valero. I can't go to. I was supposed to go to Live, and the plans fell through because a couple of the people I were going to go with had a dinner tomorrow night or Friday night. So Live fell through. So that's why I'm playing golf instead.
All right. I give him. I'm gonna
Wait,
give
and
this
you
guy.
guys playing on Deerfield?
Playing at Deer
Deerfield.
Creek, yeah.
Deer Creek,
You
that's
know
right.
that it's funny when I first moved down here.
It was a landfill.
When I first moved down here, that was like the ultimate golf course, Deer Creek Country Club.
Well, they used to play the women's tour there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
still
LPGA
pretty.
tour.
It's still pretty
They
sought
keep
after.
it up.
Yeah.
They keep
Oh
it
yeah.
up.
Yeah. It's still.
that was a beautiful
It's
golf
still
course.
well kept
We used
up.
to play, and you see what's his
Public
name?
now, right?
Yeah.
The guy used to shoot his videos right out of the pool up there. Luke Skywalker. He had a house on one of the holes out there. We
Oh,
were
really?
Playing golf.
Yeah,
and
my
he'd be shooting
family
their
had a
videos
place
out
in there when they first. My family had a place. They had a house in there. God, it got to be 40 years ago. I used to come down as a kid and stay there.
Nice.
It was beautiful, Deer
Yeah.
Creek, back in the day.
Well, I'm going to give you NASCAR because I've given you
Oh,
4 of the
boy.
last 5 winning weeks in NASCAR.
Here we go.
And
I
you know
knew it.
I'm giving them to you,
I
too.
know it. I know it.
I gave the winner last week in the NASCAR. I got 3 drivers this week. Kyle Larson at 5 to 1.
There's a race tomorrow, right?
That's the trucks.
Okay.
I'm going Sunday. This is Sunday. This is on Sunday. The Goodyear 400 matchups. I'm going to take Kyle Larson at 5 to 1, Denny Hamlin at 6 to 1, and Chris Bell at 12 to 1. Well, no,
You like that Bell? I think you always put him in there.
He's a good driver, man. 12 to 1's getting a good price on him.
Now, I'm just curious because I have no clue when it comes to auto racing and picking, driving. What determines, like, is there certain track surfaces, if it's a wider surface, a narrower surface, to come up with the selections, like whoever you deal with to get these picks on NASCAR?
There's actually a website you can use, too.
Right.
It gives you all the breakdowns of all these drivers playing, what they're going to track, what that
How
week,
they did in
the
the
form,
surfaces.
the recent form, and that makes the decision for me.
All these tracks have different surfaces,
Every one
right?
of them different.
Yeah, and some are wider turns, some are shorter turns.
2-mile tracks, 3
like
mile
horse
tracks, road
racing.
courses, yeah.
Is that how you come up with your golf picks? Still, like a certain players are used to playing on certain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Like for example, like Justin Thomas, he had a nice little run in the. So like, certain players do, like if guys are from Florida and they were born and raised in Florida, they play better at Florida golf courses. You look at the history, like there's certain players that just don't play well at Augusta at the Masters, and then there's certain guys that do. Always, like Phil Mickelson. This is like he's always up in the contention at the Masters, even if he's crapping the bed on other tournaments because he's over 50. Certain players like Tiger and Phil, they're so good at Augusta. But yeah, certain players play certain courses very well.
Yeah.
And don't.
Different courses.
Yeah.
It's just like us playing. I play better at Fort Lauderdale than I do at Jacaranda.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, why is it like some are wider fairways?
Yeah, I
or
mean, it just-
I like
longer,
to spray the ball, man.
like
so I don't
longer
like
holes.
trees.
You guys like playing like
Yeah. So, like an example, my cousin, who I play with almost every time I play, he's a very long player, but when he gets around the green, he gets a little erratic. So, like, whenever we play at, for example, Coral Springs Country Club, which is a shorter course,
There you go.
I'm always very competitive against him because it takes some of his distance out of play.
Is that Eagle Trace, by the way, or no?
No, Coral Springs Country Club.
Okay.
It just became public. It was private for years. It just
Gotcha.
became public a couple years ago. Eagle Trace is actually going downhill pretty
Yeah,
bad.
they used to be. They had a pro tournament.
Yeah,
there, right?
Eagle
Women
Trace had the
Classic
Honda
every year.
Classic. It was a premier place. Now it's
I
definitely
heard
gone
the
downhill.
fairways, the ball lands in a red ant pile.
It's terrible. Yeah, Eagle Trace is.
Yeah, go get it. Yeah,
Eagle-
here I
E-
go.
Yeah, Eagle Trace is.
Heron Bay's not even there anymore. They got rid of that
Heron
course.
Bay shut down their course.
That's a great
Yeah.
course. They played the Honda Classic there
They're building
before.
condos. Eagle Bay. Yeah, the only good golf Carolina Club shut down.
That was a good course.
The only
That was-
good golf course, and no one cares about this. We're talking about Florida golf courses.
Yeah.
But real quick,
Yeah.
I want to just make it real quick. That applies to baseball too, guys. Different hitters in different parks depending on how far left field is, how far right field is.
Yeah.
So pay attention. That was going to be one of my points. We probably don't have time for it, but pay attention to ballparks in baseball and how players play.
Hey Ben, quick question. Anybody comment on anything or not really? We got to get you guys.
Yeah, looking at the comments, no, nothing. But we got to get some interaction with your fans, guys. So
Yeah, guys, like I said, you're out there. Shoot us a message, a comment.
Yeah, when we were doing the live yesterday on
flowing in
Instagram, the
yesterday.
comments were flying in. I wonder why we get so many more on
We get
Instagram.
that too on Instagram as well.
That's all right. Listen, we're here to give you. Maybe we just gave them enough information that they don't need any more. Between all of us, we're giving out a lot of stuff here, giving out a lot of free stuff. They don't need any more. They got enough. We gave them a shopping list. You want to recap on what
I'll
you did?
recap. I got my free play going there today. Houston, man, minus the 160. You guys have never give out plays. I'm going to give another private play just like I did last week.
Wow.
It's going off at 410.
Hold on. Is he feeling all right?
I'm going to give it out. These guys, if somebody's watching it right now, I'm going to give it out. I'm going with Detroit. Detroit minus the 120. I'm going to take Scooble at 410. He's on the mound today. Nice lefty pitching here today. I'm going to take Detroit minus the 120 against Scooble. Against Castillo.
You guys got an hour and 15 minutes to get that play in. So the man's giving it to you. Take advantage of it. Go ahead.
Who do you got? That's all I got in baseball.
Oh,
today.
you cut off on me. All right.
Cut off
So
on-
Scooble.
I got so excited about Detroit play, man. I'm jumping us. I don't give out these private
you-
plays. I'm going to give it out today. What the hell?
he was jumping. He was jumping with me this morning in that game.
I was
Damn.
excited about that game today,
Oh,
man.
what do you see so exciting about it?
He's a
Just-
great pitcher, man. Great pitcher on the
Scooble.
mound here today.
Yeah, he was
Cy
good.
Young.
He was good last year, man.
Didn't he win the Cy last year?
I think he did.
Yeah.
He was just dependable all the way through the season from start to finish. All right, well, listen, and in baseball, it's all about pitching. We all know that. So,
And umpires. You got to watch umpires in baseball, too.
guys, like I said, if you guys got any comments, you know how to reach all of us. Let us know what's you feel is best interest for our show. We love to make this thing work in a big way for you guys, keep you as informed as possible, and offer some exciting things out there. So if you have anything, reach out to myself, TK, Teddy, and let us know what's on your mind, and we'll be glad to try to make those changes and make this show even smoother than what it is right now. And we're live. Boom. Anything you guys want to add, or we can wrap it up?
I think I'm good, man. I think we gave a lot today.
Yeah, a
I
lot.
think we gave a lot of picks today. More
You out
than,
of breath a little,
more than
huh?
usual.
All right. Well, I'm ready. I had a good session yesterday. Played a couple of sessions of pickleball in the morning and at night. So I'm feeling jacked up. I'm feeling good.
You got to
So
get a video of it. He's got to get a video of the pickleball match. I want to see it on the TV
Who
next
are you
week.
playing with, your son?
I played with my son last night. I played with a group of 3 other people yesterday during the day.
Playing in the over 50
Is that why you
club?
didn't come on live yesterday? Just so you hear that, guys. Guy didn't come on live 'cause he's playing
no.
pickleball.
I had to go to Miami, pick up my wife. Came back.
asked
home.
her-
Oh, she's back from.
She's back.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I told him he should have sent her an Uber.
The party's
Yeah, sure.
the party's over.
Party's
Scotty.
over, man. I had to throw him out of the house. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone.
He's in the over 50 league over
I
there.
have my
at the
son
Pickle League.
watching me. I think my son is like worse than the warden of the prison. He's like every move I'm making. Where are you going? What are you doing, Dad? What's up? He's calling. He's calling me when I'm not home. Hey, where you at? Where you at? Like I'm hanging out with TK, man. We're watching some ball games. Why? What's up? Oh no, just I thought you'd be home by now. All right, no problem. Make the report and send it to mom.
Probably had- either that or he had a couple girls over at the house in the
He
pool.
wants to make sure you're not going to be home.
Yeah, well, that's true too. He went out the other night and he's like blowing my phone up. All these guys were on spring break.
Yeah.
So he's blowing my phone up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Dad, what's going on? I might bring some friends over. I said, no one's coming to the house. I got to get up for work. So then he says, all right, forget it. I'll go stay at my friend's then. So then he calls me back at like 2:30 again. He's blowing me up. He's like, Dad, are you home? I'm like, yeah, I'm home. I'm sleeping. What are you calling me for? So he's like checking me out. He's all right. Good kid. All right, guys, listen, great show. We were live, and we're going to be live every week, it looks like. We're going to stay live, right, Ted?
Absolutely.
to football.
Absolutely. It's like I said, it's nice because on Instagram, it alerts everyone. A lot of people come over, so we got to try to get our Instagram people over here to the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out with T. We're doing these live versions every morning.
I figured it out.
How we get mix both our audiences.
We did yesterday.
We did. We
I
had
don't know
100
how you guys did it.
We had
because
156 people in our live, which isn't a lot, but you
Yeah.
know, for just starting. And
was
the
our first one.
more you do the lives, the more you'll pop up in the beginning of people's feeds.
Right. All right, guys, check us out. We're out there. We're going live every day. We're on the show every week, and Listen, another great show. We talked March Madness. We talked baseball. We talked hockey. We talked golf. We talked auto racing. So I think we gave you a wide range of good information on this show. Teddy, my man, the GOAT, the CEO of the Sports Profits, where can the people find you and get, I don't know if they need any more information today, but on a daily basis?
You can go to my website, thesportsprofits.com, the Instagram, _profits with an S _ pick no S. We officially now have our blue check mark, so you know that it's us and not the imposters.
Love it.
And last but not least, go to YouTube, youtube.com/@thesportsprofits. I'm going to be doing some baseball 101 videos, talking to you guys about some different stat numbers, such as WHIP, FIP, and Sierra.
Look at this guy, Whip
Damn.
and Fip.
Whip,
Can we talk?
Fip, and
I mean,
Sierra.
what the hell is
What else
I'm
Sierra?
trying to whipped cream. What are we talking here?
FIP
Whip
is fielder independent pitching, so it shows pitchers' numbers if they without the fielders helping them. And Sierra is skilled interactive ERA.
Tell him what whip is.
WHIP is walks, hits, innings pitched.
Nice. Look at this guy. He's on top of. You know he loves baseball because if I asked him what
Hey.
whip was in the NBA, he'd look at me and want to kill me.
Yeah, if I said what's WHIP in the NBA, I would say I don't want to say it on here.
Well, you know what a
actually.
triple-double is and stuff like that.
Yeah. Listen, I used to bet a lot of NBA, and from 2005 to 2013, 14, I was betting a lot of NBA.
This time, before I kick it over to my man over here and let him sign off, this time of the year, you love it or what? When it comes to sports, I mean, baseball. I mean, kind of a long, boring.
I love it. It's Wednesday, and we got games on all day. How can you not love it?
Yeah. Okay. But we're losing college basketball, which is
I'm a little
probably
upset
our
about
most
that.
exciting time of the year.
I'm a little upset about
Skeens
that.
gave up the no-hitter or whatever he had to score shutout, 2-1 right now.
Oh, he had a no-hitter going.
I don't know if he had no-hitter, but I thought
Oh.
that's what you said. It's 2-1 right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't get a smile out of him, but
You
I
got
got
a
him
smile
next
on
to me. The CEO of TK Wins, Tommy, my man, King. What's up? Tell them where they can find
They
you.
go right to my website, man, tkwins.com, or you hit me up on Instagram at TKWins, and just look for that blue check mark because I had a couple of fake ones out there in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, I got mine today.
Yeah, no, I
Go ahead.
saw it on there. I saw
Yeah.
the thing.
We're all blue check mark.
Yeah, that's a good thing. No, man, it's a good thing. It seems since I've gotten that blue check mark, you know, a lot more respect out there. So go to it at TKWins. Check us out there. A lot of stories, free plays, and whatnot up there daily.
We have our first comment, guys.
Uh-oh.
Just
Let's-
want you all to know. Teddy, we can't get the crown. So tragic by Joshua Wesley.
Yeah, man, it sucks. A lot of people can't bet these crown games. I don't know why. Hey, listen, we always talk
Ask
about...
him what book are you with? Just curious. Are you with one of the major books? Because it seems like FanDuel's the only one. DraftKings is allowing it, or no?
Oh, it didn't have it on DraftKings.
Oh,
Hard
really?
Rock doesn't
Yeah,
even have it
ask
up.
Josh.
I'll
Josh,
tell-
what book are you in?
I'll tell you who... Josh, what book are you in? I'll tell you who definitely can get it is anyone betting offshore.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
And we got the Hard Rock. Doesn't
boy.
even take it as well.
He's
I
getting
just looked it
nervous.
up.
All right, take it easy. You're
He said
done.
Hard Rock. He's Hard Rock.
He's on Hard
Yeah, I
Rock?
can't get it Hard Rock. I even looked it up. I did the search and when I could not
Those
find it.
damn Seminoles.
They might put it up later.
No,
you know,
it's not even the Seminoles. All these books are not taken for some reason. It's catch-22, like 50-50 if you can get the play in or not.
Interesting.
All right, guys, what a great show today. We appreciate, I should say, all of you guys following us live. I am Scott Matthews. I host the show each and every week. The show is called Get the Edge. You can follow me personally, and I got the blue check mark verifying me. Just follow the one with the blue check mark on it. Obviously, SM Sports Picks. That's my Instagram channel, SM Sports Picks. We put out free plays every day. We have special offers. I've got a tremendous offer going tomorrow. So if you remember, lock in my Instagram channel now. I'm going to have the winner tomorrow night, I feel, on the NIT championship game, plus 2 more huge plays going for only $19, guys. I've done this promo 4 times over the last probably 2 weeks, and I've had winning days. Last night, unfortunately, I lost my first 50-unit play in a while, but I won both the games that I had in there last night. In addition, I had San Francisco Giants and Chattanooga. I lost it by a basket. I had North Texas on the money line for the 50-unit. But I'll have that in there tomorrow, SM Sports Picks. And check out the show on all podcast forums. Remember, this is called Get the Edge. You can search it on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, you name it. We're out there. Have a great day today. We appreciate you being with us, and we'll catch you back here next week. And may all your picks be successful ones.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the blue dots over here, man. I got all the blue dots.
Yeah, I went blue today. They verified me, and they said, you're all right.